Like Uncle Will, you know, who who is best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's gonna be all right.
Rashier Gray is finally breaking his silence and opening up about what he says he experienced while being around powerful names connected to Will Smith and Diddy. After staying quiet for a long time, he's now putting his story out there, and it's hitting people hard. Once Jaguar Wright and Katt Williams started speaking publicly, Rashier's name got pulled straight into the chaos. The attention came fast and heavy. Not too long ago, Rashier was positioned as one of Hollywood's next rising black actors, with doors opening and momentum building.
Let them do. If you get
Chosen Wilkins
if you get aggravated, you're feeding into
made a lie and said that I tried to hurt myself. Chosen Wilkins.
I mean, we've had multiple. My office has talked to him. He came in. I mean, for somebody that's wanting to hurt himself.
I take pictures with people every day. How am I?
I don't know if it was that. It could have been, like I said, one of the three. He could have said you threatened to hurt someone else, threatened to hurt yourself.
Now that shine is gone, and his reality looks completely different. He's been open about barely surviving, hustling online just to make ends meet. This isn't about chasing fame anymore, it's about keeping the lights on and having somewhere to sleep. Things got extremely serious when police reportedly showed up at his place just days ago after a call claimed Rashier might harm himself. That moment alone shows how intense the pressure has become and how deep the situation has gone. When it reaches that level, it's clear this isn't just talk or rumors. Now, let's be clear. Claims about Diddy allegedly pressuring young men in the entertainment industry into secret cult-like party environments have been floating around for years. This isn't something that popped up overnight.
They had said to me, I had to suck a lot of to get to this position.
I have a career. I'm an artist. I have a lot of things to lose.
Katt Williams has already said he almost got pulled into something similar himself. Katt previously shared that Harvey Weinstein allegedly tried to pressure him into a private situation in exchange for a movie role. Katt shut that down immediately. No hesitation, no second thought. Later on, Katt noticed that several other black men mysteriously landed roles in that same project, and that's when everything started making sense to him.
Both bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Grey, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Behind the scenes pressure, quiet deals, and power being used in ways nobody talks about openly. Once Katt spoke out, people didn't just listen, they started connecting dots. And that's when serious questions started coming back around Rashier and what he may have seen or experienced during his rise. Her sudden disappearance from Hollywood had people talking non-stop, and the timing raised serious eyebrows. Everything seemed to change right after Rashier was spotted spending more time around Will Smith and Diddy. To a lot of observers, that wasn't just coincidence. Some believe Rashier faced pressure connected to career opportunities, and once he tried to speak up or step out of line, doors didn't just close, they slammed shut fast.
Canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my piss in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo! Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
What makes this hit harder is how promising his rise looked. Rashier was first discovered by well-known talent manager Charlie Mack, who later became his manager and biggest industry plug. Charlie knew the system and knew how to move pieces. He introduced Rashier to the right rooms, the right people, and the right opportunities. That push led Rashier to audition for the role of Hakeem Lyon on Empire, and he didn't just show up, he dominated. He locked in the role, and the show went on to become a massive hit almost overnight. That's when Rashier's career really started racing forward, with momentum that most actors only dream about. But according to ongoing claims, that same moment is where things allegedly started going going left. Charlie reportedly introduced Rashier to Will Smith, believing Will could help mold him into full-blown Hollywood stardom. Soon after that, Will allegedly connected Rashier with Diddy as well.
Bryshere Grey, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight, we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
At the time, Rashier was trying to balance acting and music, chasing both lanes at once. Back then, people weren't openly talking about how risky that circle might be. The red flags weren't public yet, and most fans had no idea what was being whispered behind closed doors. The public simply didn't know then what it knows now. For years, rumors have circulated claiming both men allegedly moved quietly and placed young adult men in uncomfortable situations, often framed as mentorship or guidance. Those rumors picked up more traction after Marquette allegedly posted on Facebook claiming Will was gay and that his marriage to Cherie Zeno ended after she supposedly caught him in bed with another man. Once that post went public, the conversation shifted, and people started re-examining everything they thought they knew. Those were his claims, not proven facts, but they still sent shockwaves through the internet fast. Even people who stayed skeptical admitted the stories rattled the public and refused to fade away.
Collectively, including Will Smith. Let's not leave him out. Why your son hates you? Why does your son hate you? What did you do to you?
Critics started digging up older comments involving Jada and longtime industry manager Benny Medina, saying none of this matched the polished image that's been sold for years, and that disconnect made people question everything. Then the noise got louder when Jaguar stepped in and echoed similar allegations. She claimed Will allegedly used the idea of mentorship to pull young adult men into situations that felt uncomfortable and confusing. That accusation alone flipped the conversation into overdrive. Jaguar also described a moment that really fueled the rumors, claiming Rashier and Meek Mill allegedly ran out of Will's house yelling for help. That story spread fast, hitting blogs and timelines everywhere, and people couldn't stop talking about it. She didn't stop there either. Jaguar made another serious claim involving Will and his son Jaden. According to her, boundaries at home may have been an issue, and she suggested that was why Jaden chose to leave the house at a young age. That allegation shocked a lot of people and raised concern, even though none of it has been proven. What really made people side-eye Will was the response, or lack of one. He didn't publicly deny Jaguar's claims, but he moved quickly to threaten legal action against a former assistant who claimed to have witnessed him in a compromising situation with actor Dwayne Martin. That contrast had social media buzzing heavy.
Now, circling back to Diddy, fans have always questioned why Rashier's music career never really took off. This confused a lot of people, especially since Diddy was expected to guide him and open doors in the industry. But the story gets darker when people point out that before Rashier was allegedly placed under Diddy's mentorship, Diddy's name had already come up in serious federal-level discussions. According to a 2013 U.S. court document, music manager James Rosemond was questioned by investigators about rumors involving entertainers in inappropriate behavior. That questioning included whether Sean Diddy Combs had engaged in misconduct involving underage individuals. These were allegations raised during questioning, not convictions, but they added another heavy layer to an already explosive situation and kept people watching closely. After Empire wrapped up, Rashier's life started falling apart fast, and the shift was hard to ignore. His career momentum disappeared, and what followed was a stretch of instability marked by repeated legal issues and public incidents that made it clear something was seriously off. By 2022, Rashier faced major legal consequences tied to an incident involving an adult partner, and even before that, there had already been earlier domestic disputes that brought police attention to his door. When police showed up at Rashier's home to arrest him, reports say he refused to come outside at first. Once his mugshots hit the internet, people were stunned. The physical and emotional change was impossible to miss. That was the moment everything clicked for a lot of folks, because the difference was shocking and honestly sad to see. Many people started saying out loud what they had been quietly thinking, that the industry may have done serious damage to him. What makes it even more unsettling is that before crossing paths with Will and Diddy, Rashier was actually doing well. He was landing small acting roles, making TV appearances, and slowly building real momentum. Nothing flashy, but steady progress. Then suddenly, all of that stopped once he allegedly began distancing himself from those so-called mentors. Right around that same time, troubling rumors started spreading across social media, and his career went quiet fast. Jaguar Wright later appeared in another interview, and this time she was more intense than ever. She spoke directly about Rashier and placed heavy blame on Charlie Mack and Rashier's mother, Andrea. Jaguar accused them of working together to put him in situations that allegedly led to exploitation, corruption, and eventually being pushed out of the industry entirely. Jaguar also claimed that after Cassie filed her legal case, Rashier himself started speaking with attorneys about possibly taking legal action against Will and Diddy. According to her, he was later warned to back off and drop the idea because his safety was allegedly at risk. That claim alone made a lot of people uncomfortable and raised serious alarm bells. She didn't stop there. Jaguar made another extreme claim, saying there are alleged recordings involving multiple industry figures at private gatherings and that only a handful of people have ever seen them. These claims remain unproven, but they poured even more tension into an already disturbing story. Now, when it comes to the lawsuit Jaguar keeps hinting at, many believe she's referring to a rumored $50 million case that was allegedly being prepared against Diddy and Will Smith. Whether that ever becomes real or not, the pressure around this situation keeps building, and people are watching every move closely. That rumored lawsuit was hinted at in a blind item that said, "I suspect the soon-to-step-forward male victim of this A-list mogul will not be the last man to do so." That one line sent the internet into a full meltdown. As soon as Sean Diddy Combs' name entered the conversation, reactions poured in from every direction, and people did not hold back. One comment that caught a lot of attention said, "Diddy and Will Smith turned Rashier out." Another person shared that they randomly came across Rashier's page while scrolling and couldn't shake what they saw after that. Others took a more emotional and sympathetic tone, saying things like, "This is heartbreaking. I believe he went through something real, and I hope he can get his life back on track." A lot of people focused on the lost potential. Comments like, "He was really talented," and "I hope he gets justice," kept popping up everywhere. For many, it wasn't just about the allegations. It was about watching someone who once had everything lined up slowly fade from the spotlight. The reactions were all over the place, but one thing is obvious now. People are paying attention like never before. This story isn't being brushed off anymore, and the conversation keeps getting louder by the day. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the allegations being made against Diddy and Will Smith? Do you think Rashier's story is already written, or is there still room for redemption and a real comeback? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this video got you thinking, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. It helps the channel more than you know. Don't forget to click on the next video, because this story is far from finished. See you in the next one.